this, another guy that's nuts. Alright guys, welcome back. Title of the video: why should you not start your bike? We'll get into it, but first, please like, subscribe, notifications, yada yada yada. Alright, let's get into it. Now, when I say don't start your bike in the winter, I'm talking about guys that have put their stuff away for the season. If you're still riding, this doesn't apply to you. So, if you have put your bike away, do not start it. Let it idle, and then shut it off, and then do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Especially some of you guys that have extended cold seasons. I just had a guy, I think he was in Canada, and he put a comment on that, because I'm still riding, and he wishes he did. And I'm like, I understand that, but it can't be, snow every day, even up in Canada. And basically it's like this. I guess in Canada, and maybe in the States, I don't know, they actually check your bike for like snow tires and stuff, and they won't even let you ride what they consider off-season. Obviously, I've never encountered that in New York, because New Yorkers don't give a shit what you do. As long as you're not killing somebody else, they really don't give a shit. I just found that interesting. So, why should you not start it? Well, first of all, let's just say that you properly winterize your motorcycle. And it doesn't matter what kind of motorcycle, procedure is basically the same for everybody. Number one, fuel stabilizer. Number one, sitting gas. As soon as you pump it, it starts going downhill. Alright, if you're not going to touch your thing for like 6 months, it's going to break down. It might get gummy. I don't know what the hell happens to it, but it don't work so well. Put the fuel stabilizer in it. That gives you a better shot of starting it after sitting. Number two, battery tender. Okay, that's it. I mean, if you want the bare minimum of long time winter storage, fuel stabilizer, battery tender. And as I said before, when it comes to battery tenders, my personal opinion is the more lights, the better. I personally, I'm not, no endorsements or anything, but I use an Optimate 6, I think it is. Lots of lights, drains the battery, not drains it, but, it lets it go down a little bit, then it tops it up, lets it go down, tops it up, always checking it. It's got a computer, I guess it knows what it's doing. It was expensive enough. And basically that will maintain your battery, or trick your battery into thinking that it's being used, and it cycles, as opposed to a trickle charger, old school, which just constantly puts in a very low voltage just to keep up with how much it drains, so it never goes up, never goes down. Yeah, just park anywhere. Alright, so battery tender. Now, I will tell you this, that I know a lot of us can't run an extension cord out to their bikes because they're parked on the street. So my advice, or take it for what it's worth, is to remove the battery, bring it inside, do all the other winterization things. But as far as I know, especially on a very simple bike or vehicle, you take the battery out, you keep it inside in the heat on the charger, chender, whatever you want to call it. Once you reinstall it, it's good to go. Now, I hate to say it, but on these bikes, they're so damn electronic heavy that although I don't think it'll happen, but you might get an error code when you put the battery back in after having it out for so long. Maybe. I don't know. I almost forgot to mention it. So, along with the battery tender, the fuel stabilizer. Now, this is the tough part. It varies by region, and like I said, this next thing you cannot get in New York City. Ethanol-free gasoline. So if you know you're going to store your bike and you have it available, burn out the gas that's in your tank. All right, try to take it as low as you can, and then refill it with just ethanol-free gasoline, and get it to the top of the tank. The less airspace you have at the top of the tank, the better. It's the ethanol attracts, if I'm not mistaken, I could be, but I'm probably not. The ethanol attracts water, sucks it out of the air, puts it into your gas. So if you don't have ethanol in your gasoline, you can avoid that problem. Like I said, here in New York City, you cannot get, they're all catering to the cars. But, I know in some places in Pennsylvania, you could get ethanol-free gasoline. That's probably why I didn't remember it right off the bat. Why shouldn't you start your bike, let it idle, shut it off, wait a week, start it up, shut it off, wait another week, start it up? No. All the experts I've listened to, and they're experts, so they have far more knowledge than me and all that other junk, so I'll listen to them. But their basic methodology is this, all right? When you start your bike up and it just idles for a little bit, now the Ryker here will shut off in 5 minutes if you don't touch anything. But if you idle your bike, it gets warm, but it doesn't get hot. Okay, even if the temperature gauge goes up, it doesn't allegedly get hot, or at least the entire bike doesn't get hot. And then when you shut it off and it's cold out, now you have the cold hitting the hot, and what do you get? Condensation. Now, one of the byproducts of combustion engines is what? It's water, So now you've introduced water into the system inside your vehicle, your motorcycle. It goes past the seals, it gets into the crankcase, it gets into the muffler. This is why when it's cold, you see a lot of smoke coming out. The other thing, when you cold start electronic fuel injection, or even a carbureted engine, that choke, that puts more gas into the engine. And until the thing warms up, you're gonna see your exhaust, right? That's water. So you do all those things, you shut the bike off, you walk away, then it gets hit with the cold, and that water vapor that's been inside your engine now turns into liquid, and it rusts. It rusts inside your cylinders, inside the crankcase, inside the muffler pipe, catalytic converter, all that crap. So if you can't get the tender or something to that effect, the only thing you can really do is suck it up, pick a nice day, relatively speaking, and go for a ride. I would say maybe 15, 20 miles, and get the heat built into it. As I said, I have a house, but I don't have a garage, so I have to put a battery tender, I have to run an extension cord from my house to my bike. And you'd be amazed that whenever you put a hose or something in front of your house across a public sidewalk, you'd be amazing how klutzy people become and how litigious they become. So what do? I take the bike out. It's that simple. Like right now, I am shooting this video, and it's a 2 for Tuesday for me because, number one, I'm trying to inform you guys, but I'm also taking the Ryker out, and I'm riding it. And I will probably put about 20 miles, 30 miles riding around, and hopefully next time it'll start, because if you get that low battery thing going, it could throw all sorts of codes. I see a lot of people like my bike won't start, check engine lights, it's in VSS mode, all that stuff. Well, that's because your battery's almost dead. Another good thing to do, especially on the Ryker, because it has a stator, not an alternator, if you have all the gizmos hooked up to your battery, and you're riding around, before you get to your parking location, you know, whatever that happens to be, turn all that junk off. If you got like heated grips, 8-inch speakers, and all this other junk blasting, just shut it all off. Shut off the heated grips. About a mile, I would say about a mile away from where you park you're gonna park up. You know, give the bike a chance to top off that battery. You know, it's early January, and the weather is not that bad. So it's a good day to get out and enjoy. Is it time for the outro? Yeah, probably. All right. Hope you guys found the video informative, helpful. You know, maybe you learned something new. Whatever. Like I said, ounce of prevention, pound of cure. You know, if you store your stuff right, it should last you. And then when you're ready to ride, it should start right up, and on you go. Once again, you made it this far, please like, subscribe, notifications, yada yada yada. Feel free to comment, like reading them. Alright, so until next time, I'll see you. Stay warm, ride safe, and bye bye.